We all like to make resolutions in the new year, and one of mine for 2024 is to try to make monthly TBR and wrap-up videos. So here's my January TBR. Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ian. Welcome to my channel. I hope that you're having a great day, a great week, a great year so far. Like I said in the intro, I really want to start making TBR videos again, and so that's my goal in 2024. One, to just consistently make content, because 2023 was a weird year of not very consistent content, but I did better in December, and I'm hoping that 2024 is going to be full of fun content, lots of great conversations, and even better books. So without further ado, we're going to talk today about the books I'm hoping to read in January. And I say hoping because I am a mood reader, so we'll see what happens. Before we jump into those books though, please let me know in the comments what books you are hoping to read in January so I can try to fit them in later this year if you end up loving them. Okay, so first up we have a carryover book from 2023. It's one that I started in the last couple weeks of the year just because I knew I wanted to really slowly take my time with that, and that is my reread of The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Stormlight Archive, which I don't need to tell you about. If you're here, you probably know what the Stormlight Archive is, so I'm not going to tell you much about it other than the fact that it is Brandon Sanderson's magnum opus, and the first 5 books in this, which are like the first arc of the series, are coming to a close in December of 2024. So I have to reread books 1, 2, and 3, and then continue on with book 4 so I can be ready for book 5. I'm very excited about it. I love this series, and I cannot wait to dig back in. I'm having a blast so far. I'm about like 150 pages into this probably, and I'm having a great time, as I knew I would. The next book I'm hoping to read in January is The Wickwire Watch by Jacqueline Hagan. This book was already on my radar because I knew it was a finalist in the self-published fantasy blog-off competition for this year, and so I was kind of already interested in it, but then a friend of the channel, Esme, made her top 10 list on the blog that she posts on, and this was like, oh, it wasn't even a top 10. She posted like her top 25. But anyway, this was like in the top 5, this whole series of books. There are 3 out so far, and the praise that she laid on for this just really grabbed my attention. And so I looked into it a little bit more, and luckily my library has all 3 of the books on audiobook right now. So I am jumping in. I want to get into these books. They sound really, really cool. And I don't remember what about them I really liked, other than I think it's like a little bit fantasy with mystery. Then there's also some like cozy elements and then some horror elements. And so there's a lot going on in this, but I love all of those things. So I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm very excited about reading this, and hopefully I love it as much as everybody else seems to. Next book I want to talk to you about is a classic. That is Tess of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy. I've wanted to read a Thomas Hardy book for some time, and I picked this book up probably about a year ago because I loved the cover. I'm just going to be honest with you there. I thought this was a really cool cover, and so I snagged it, and it's been sitting on my shelves for a while, and I dipped my toes into it a little bit last month and then put it down again, but I think that I'm really going to prioritize in January because I'm very intrigued by this book, and I just want to figure out how I feel about Thomas Hardy because he has a lot of books I'm interested in, like I think it's called Jude the Obscure. He has The Return of the Native. He has a few other books that I'm definitely interested in, but this is, I think, his most popular book, and so I thought it would be a great starting point. I'm really excited to get into this. All I know about it is that it revolves around this young woman named Tess and her family as she kind of is thrust into the spotlight due to some circumstances she finds herself in. And on top of that, her family is just really in a kind of a tough spot as well. And yeah, that's all I really know about it. I'm excited to dig deeper into this classic, and really just to read more classics in general in 2024. So I will let you know in my wrap up what I thought about this though. I'm hopeful. Next, I did just want to talk about 2 mystery series that I'm going to go ahead and jump into in January because I'm too excited about both of them because they are written by authors that I absolutely love. Those 2 series are the Kenzie and Janaro series by Dennis Lehane, the first book being A Drink Before the War, and the Cork O'Connor series by William Kent Kruger, the first book being Iron Lake. I love both of these authors. I've given I think both of them have 2 books that I've read that I've given 5 stars to, and yeah, I think I'm gonna love both of these series. This one is 6 books long, and this one is like 20 books long. So I'm gonna start both of them, hopefully enjoy both of them, and hopefully continue on with both of these series throughout the year. I'm hoping to make these kind of just like my standing mystery series that I kind of cycle throughout the year. These and the Will Trent series by Karen Slaughter that I'm really enjoying right now as well. So gonna get into these, gonna love them. It's gonna be great. There is one other series as well that I'm hoping to start in January of 2024, and that is the Expanse series, the first book being Leviathan Wakes. by, what's the author's name? James S.A. Corey. I almost said S.A. Cosby. That's a different author, though. James S.A. Corey, who is two authors actually co-writing together under that name. I talked about this book this series in the series I want to get to in 2024, and I am so pumped to jump into these. I've tried to pick up the first book a couple of times and I just wasn't in the right headspace for it, but after reading Red Rising over the last few months, I'm so excited to continue reading some like really epic space opera sci-fi books, and this just feels like my cup of tea right now. So yes, finally reading this series. I don't know how far I'll get in 2024, but at the very least I want to read a handful of books, so we're going to start it off in January and hopefully love it. I'm also going to be joining a buddy read on the Bookish Drummer Discord. I will go ahead and link Jake, the Bookish Drummer's YouTube channel and Discord down below. He does short story read-alongs for a lot of Stephen King books, and I have tried to commit to those before and done poorly, but in 2024, I'm going to do a great job of it. I can feel it. So in January, I think on the 8th, we are starting The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King, which is one of his most recent short story collections, if not his most recent one, and I'm really excited about it. I've never actually read a short story collection by Stephen King. I've read tons of his novels, but never any of his short story collections. So I know this isn't like in his top most like popular short story collections, but you know, hopefully it can only get better from here, and I'm really excited to get into more of Stephen King's short fiction. So definitely join us. It's going to be a blast. Every week there's a discussion on the Discord for the short story that is being read by everyone who's participating, and we kind of rank them at the end as well. At least I think that's how it goes. So I'm excited about joining in, and you totally should as well. It's going to be a great time. Switching it up a bit, one of my goals for 2024 was to really read things and just focus on things that are going to help me improve my life. And one thing that I really want to focus on a lot in 2024 is my faith, because that is something that is really important to me. And so a book that I'm planning on reading in January is Celebration of Discipline. This is by Richard J. Foster. This comes highly recommended to me by some people in my life that I really trust and look up to a lot. And so I have already started this book, and it is so full of wisdom, so full of so many things that I really think are going to help me grow a lot in 2024. As you can see, it says the path to spiritual growth, which is what I want. So really excited about reading Celebration of Discipline. I think it's going to be an amazing book. And the last book I want to talk to you about today is actually the first book that I'm truly committing to reading in 2024, and that is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. This is a book I've wanted to read it for years. I love Pure Nessie by this author, and this book could not be more different in size and scope, but I am gonna get through it or I'm gonna DNF it forever. That's what's happening in January and February. I'm gonna give myself some time, but I'm really gonna commit to this book. I'm gonna take it as slow as I need to, and I'm hopefully going to love it, because if Pure Nessie is anything to go off of, I'm going to love Susanna Clarke's writing in this book. She's a phenomenal writer with some great atmosphere, and hopefully this is a 5-star book for me. I have a good feeling, but we'll see. So that's it for this video. Those are all the books I'm planning on reading in January of 2024. I'll probably throw in some mood reads in there as well. I may not get to all of these this month, but that is the plan. We'll have to see in my January wrap up how closely I stick to this list. But like I said, please let me know what you're planning on reading in January. I would love to buddy read some of these books also. If you want to read some of these and talk to me about it over on Discord, please feel free to reach out, or on Instagram, I'm over there as well at Ian the Reader. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stick around. I have more videos coming soon, and I will see you then. Bye.